Good evening, everyone. It's now 11 o'clock, and I want to talk to you about a very important subject that to do with the wicked. But most importantly, the righteous man was looking at the prosperity of the wicked, and he seen that the prosperity of the wicked was really great, and it seemed like they fared sumptuously in everything that they did, and he was just envious of the fact that they was succeeding in life more than he thought the righteous man was succeeding. So we can go to the book of Psalms, Psalm 30, Psalm 73 to be more specific. Psalm 73. And this talks about this particular, um, a certain type of person. And I can read the first verse, and the first verse says, Truly God is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. And the second verse states this, But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps have well nigh slipped, for I was envious at the foolish, and when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. So this person was in deep thought and began to look at wicked and how their lifestyle began to grow and their finance began to grow. And he began to look over and basically look at his finances and do some type of comparison to how they finances went up. If I was to put it in modern terms, the stock market, and if he had any stocks, none of his stocks went up. Only the other one stocks went up, which is the wicked man. But the righteous man, it seemed like he didn't get all the necessary things that he thought he would get in life, as far as riches and houses and lands and things of that sort. I'm gonna read the third verse. The third verse said, "For I was envious at the foolish, and when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm." Fifth verse says, "They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men." Now, who was the other man? It's talking about the wicked man. Now, there's an opposite side. There's a different side of man that he's talking about. The other man is the righteous man. And it seemed like in most churches, it seemed like we have a lot of poor saints. And when you look at the world and you see the prosperity of wicked people on a larger scale, because they give their life totally to it, and they sleep, wake up to it. And their life is not totally dedicated to God because the riches is put on the things that have to do with the earth. Materialistic possession, if you must understand, materialistic possession doesn't last that long. It only stays for a certain amount of time. Um, here's verse number 6. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. They evil. They're doing all different types of wicked things. They're violent. I mean, they over wicked, doing crazy stuff, probably hurting people along the way because they feel like, rich people sometimes feel like they can do anything and get away with it. And that's the type of mindset that they have. When you just go after money, the Bible states this. The love of money is the root of all evil, first thing. And it states in the book of James, said the riches of a rich man, he said, more corrupt. May your riches, your clothes, and be cankered. So if you was to look at any type of riches, the Bible don't want us to look at the riches of the world, but look at the riches of God. That's the main thing. Let's go down to verse number 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness, and they have more than heart could wish. So they have so much things coming in as finances and money all over the place, more than you can even wish for. So a lot of people going and putting their faith in lottery, expecting to get some revenue turnout over it. And when they spend all their little life savings on it, and they spend so much money to trying to gain some kind of quick riches, they lose out. And after that, they have some sense of hurt because they didn't reap the benefit of being rich through some kind of quick rich gets scheme. So we got to be careful on what we put our trust in as far as finance, especially if it's something that's not going to be long term. Last time I checked, those that play the lottery don't keep the money long anyway. All right, verse 8. We in Psalm 73, and anybody that just came on. Psalm 73. Verse 8 said, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They high-minded. There's a lot of rich people are high-minded. It's hard to even talk to them face to face because they think that they're on a different level. So you can't even talk to them eye to eye about anything to do with life because they think they achieved the highest capacity of life. They think that they're on a mountain and they can't be reached. So it's hard to even discuss any normal matters with them because they think that they accomplished everything. And anything that you have to do with them has to be basically, are you going to benefit me? Are you going to help me to get more revenue? See, they always look for somebody they can feed off of to gain more rich. Rich people are always looking for, they're unsatisfied mainly. They're always looking for more riches. And they will find somebody they can use and pay them less while they can get more. That's most companies nowadays anyway. If you was to go to work for a certain corporation, they'll set you in a salary to the point where you can't make enough, but they make just enough so they can benefit from it. So you only get paid just a small amount. That's the greed of riches. You know, they keep money at a certain level and they won't give you no raises. They won't give you anything as far as growing in life unless you do something or go to another place. I'm not saying that all companies are like that. You know, different companies have different pay rates. And if you want to stay in a pay rate where they don't pay enough, then that's totally up to you. You got to have the desire to want to go and grow. Sometimes to go means to grow. That means grow your finances. And when you go to a different facility, people might recognize your ability to do certain things. Some people are envious of you and they see your potential and they're scared of what you have on the inside of you. They see it, so they don't allow you to grow in ways that you should, even though you're deserving of it. Alrighty. Let's go to verse 9. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. And they got a mouth saying this and that, and they saying everything they possibly could under the sun. They think that nobody can tell them nothing. They can say everything. Matter of fact, everything they say is gold. So they like to hear themselves talking all the time. Talking about this, talking about that, talking about how you can do this, how you do that. And matter of fact, they're seeing you all different type of merchandise and different types of programs to feed off of you so you can go buy into it. And all of a sudden you spend all your money trying to help them stay rich. You know what I'm saying? That's the benefit of supporting somebody that's always trying to scheme out. So I'm not saying that everybody's guilty of that fact, but most of them are. Money make people greedy. Simple as that. Too much money make people greedy. If you don't have the right God controlling you while you have your finances, then your finances will take you in a place where you shouldn't go. I'm just saying that flat out. Maybe I'm wrong in that, but if God is not controlling your finances, then your finances will control you. You got to make sure that you put your trust in the right thing or you end up in the wrong place in the wrong mindset. Now, verse 10, therefore his people return hither, and the waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And verse 11, and they say, how doth God know? And is their knowledge in the most high? You know what I'm saying? They questioning God. How you going to question God? Talking about their knowledge the most high because you got all the money in the world. You think you God. It was kings in the Bible. Nebuchadnezzar had a lot of money. I mean, all media person, everybody that set up camp as far as being a king. Saul had a lot of money. Solomon had a lot of money. But money didn't do anything. It didn't bring them in a place where they can be God. It's a temporary thing. People put their trust in something that is not even internal. Money has nothing to do with heaven. Yes, when we get our money, we're supposed to give our first fruits to God. Yes, we're supposed to pay our offering and tithes and all that. That's the only benefit you get out of that, what you give to the kingdom. But as far as money in general, it's only something a tool that we have to use to survive on this earth. Credit cards, paper dollars, wherever you have to use as far as paying for this and that. Money ain't nothing but a piece of paper that somebody put value to. So you shouldn't even worry about the money in that way. You know what I'm saying? It's just paper. And it shouldn't be to the point where it would take away your walk with God. Take money off the throne, put God on the throne. And your money would go a long way because you can't beat God given anyway. So I'm just going to leave it right there. We're going to move down to the next verse. Verse 12, behold, these are the ungodly. See, ungodly people who prosper in the world and they increase in riches, money growing. Ungodly people putting their trust in people. Ungodly people worshiping money, really. Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain and washed my hands in inconsistency. And if I say I will speak thus before, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children. Verse 17, until I went into the sanctuary. This right here stands out right here. You talk about all the prosperity of the wicked and how they fared sumptuously, how they did this and that, and they had a high mind and all those different types of things, and did everything they thought was okay in the sight of the Lord, which it wasn't. And their mind was so lifted up with pride to the point where they didn't see no God. Because money was their God. See, money would make you blinded. And you will not be able to live life like you're supposed to, because all you do is wake up and sleep money. You don't want to be so involved in something to the point where money is the drive every day. Money this, money that, money this and money that. You can't take no more money with you. If you had a bank account filled with billions of dollars and you died today, how you going to take it with you? You can't take money with you. No, you can't take it to heaven like that. Your account stays here, and whoever's here gets that money. See, the pharaohs, when they died, they tried to bury their treasure with them. And guess what happened to Pharaoh them? They got robbed. They already tried it. That lets you know that everything that's materialistic, it stays behind. Verse 17 says, until I went into the sanctuary of God and then understood their end. See, the whole process of this, when you envy somebody that's ungodly, when you know you got God, then you putting your trust in the wrong thing. The Bible tells you not to covet anyway. So don't covet what your neighbor has. You don't put your trust in God and his riches. You know what I'm saying? And everything that you wish for in God, he will add it to you. If you ask for it, he'll give it to you according to his riches. And his riches doesn't run out. That's what we don't understand. We're going to bank accounts that never increase. Why not go to God's bank account? It never decreases. Matter of fact, he has an unlimited amount. You need to understand, when you got God, you got just enough. Sometimes people get too greedy. When you got just enough, that's all you need. Let me tell you about a story when they went out into the wilderness after they left Egypt, right? They stayed in Egypt for 40 years. And when they had the time where they had to eat, God sent them manna from heaven. Sent them manna to let them know that he was going to take care of all their needs. Now, this manna consisted of the nutritious food that they needed to survive while they was out there in the wilderness. Everything as far as nutrition was in that manna, and that bread or whatever it was came from heaven. And they ate that for so many days. Matter of fact, they had manna in the morning and they had meat, and because God sent quails to them at night. But one specific thing that God told them to do, he said, don't take nothing extra with you, because I'm going to give you just what you need for that particular day. You know, don't take nothing. You don't have to store it up nowhere or hide it up under your bed. And if they took it, he said they're going to turn to orange. Matter of fact, they probably didn't know. They took it and their food turned into worms. The whole point of them being out in the wilderness 40 years is because God wanted them to understand that he was going to take care of them no matter what. He wanted them to put their total trust in him. That was the main purpose of them running around in circles, because he wanted the people to understand that whatever he set up for them to do, he was going to take care. As long as they continued to walk in his word and his statutes, he was going to handle everything that they needed. Sometimes we just put too much trust in, well, we need an extra this, we need an extra that. We got to find the biggest house, the nicest car, and the nicest job, the most money. And none of those things and we can take with us. It ain't long term. It's temporary. It's only what we need while we here. Yes, it's okay to feel good while you dying, because that's all you're doing, making yourself comfortable while you dying. So you go get the nicest stuff. Not saying that God don't want you to be prosperous and have the nice things, but we shouldn't put ourselves and put these things over God to the point where it's so valuable to God, it's put last. We shouldn't make everything so valuable when God is not in the picture. We shouldn't do it. We should put our total trust in him and put these things on the back burner. We don't need to put these things in front of God. For what? They ain't God. They don't have ears, eyes, none of that. Matter of fact, it rusted away and it goes to nothingness anyway. Only thing that's important in this world is the riches of your soul. Invest in that. Put some work into that. Build that up. And cause people to wonder that you want to build your life up to come around that's thinking about the same God doing the same thing. And you'll never run out of money. God will always supply all of your needs according to his riches and glory. You better believe it and trust it. If you don't have enough, maybe God don't want to give you so much to the point where you can't handle it. And sometimes you can be blessed with so much to the point where you leave God walking. Why would you want to leave God walking? See, you can't get enough because you can't control the little that you got. And sometimes it's a safe haven right here when God keeps your money at a certain level, because he don't want you to leave him out of the picture. He said, I'm going to keep you right there for a little bit to make you understand that this is enough for you to make it right here. Because if I give you more than what you got now, you might walk off and leave me behind. And I don't want to do that to you. I want you to have just enough to still serve me in the process. Love God. Have the riches of love. What is anything outside of the love of God? Nothing. Isn't God more important to you than all these other materialistic things? Let's put God first. Now, if you got an opportunity to come to the house of God, I advise you to do that right away. You've been putting God on the back burner for so long. It's time for you to stop doing that. You're sitting on your couch and you say, yeah, I'm watching virtual church. But if the message is not moving you from your seat to on your feet and out that door, it must not be enough. Because the main thing is to get into place. Most people that went to Jesus got healed. Not saying the ones that didn't go to Jesus did get healed, but mainly somebody went to intercede for them so they can get healed. But if you got abilities, if you got enough strength to drive to the store and put gas in it, your car to go there, you got enough strength and enough money to put gas and go to church. Because if you don't maintain the riches of your soul, you're going to be just like this wicked man in Psalm 73, verse 17. He said, when he went into the sanctuary, he saw the end of the wicked. The man that thought about the wicked and as far as them making the money, he changed his mind. Because God showed him that riches don't get you nowhere but to hell. So if you put your trust in money, the Bible says this: what profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Let me go to that scripture and let y'all know where it's at. I'm pretty sure that some of y'all know where it's at. Sometimes I get a little rusty. 16:26 of Matthews. Went straight there. For what is a man profited if he should gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give exchange for his soul? You can't exchange money. You better exchange your lifestyle. Give over to God your free will, and he will bless you with all the riches that you need. He never runs out. Hope this message reaching you and open up your understanding and encourage you to leave your seat and get on your feet and down to the church where you can be delivered of all sicknesses and diseases. And God will increase your riches in due time. God bless you.